at Melbourne's Invasion Day rally, hosted by the Warriors of Aboriginal Resistance, commemorating the invasion of the continent by British colonialists and the continued oppression, dispossession and suffering of our Indigenous people since that time. We are told that today is a day to celebrate our wonderful diverse multiculturalism, but we ask the question if it is instead simply a reminder of the lack of individual rights and sovereignty of our Indigenous population and the ignorance around the cultural genocide still happening at this time. So Laura, how do you feel about the term Invasion Day and what we're about, the movement is about and the protest itself? Just give us a little brief idea.
Sure. I understand what it's about and I understand the anger and disgust that comes with Australia Day, but I also feel like Invasion Day is still using really strong, exclusive language and harsh, I suppose. It prickles my skin, the idea of a protest called, Invasion Day. So I feel like for me this day is more about inclusion, so including everybody instead of it still being a war, which is what invasion sounds like to me. So yeah, I feel like today's, like where I am right now, is celebrating all people coming together. So Inclusion Day.
I believe that the fact that Indigenous have been here for like 50,000 years, I actually recognise them as an authority, and every other authority here I don't actually recognise. In my heart, I don't recognise.
Okay, so Aidan, how do you feel about celebrating Australia Day on the day of the British colonisation and pretty much the start of the genocide?
I don't really think it matters if you change the day. The message behind Australia Day is probably more of the problem than the date. But also, celebrating it on Australia Day as it is pretty bad. There are better things to do than listen to the Hottest 100.
Absolutely. And how did you feel about the speeches and things that were made in the square at Flinders Street Station Square? How did you feel about that?
Where we were, we couldn't really hear them, but it was very good energy, and there was this older white gentleman that came over and tried to start a fight with some Indigenous men that were standing sort of away from the centre, and the coppers carted him off, so that was nice, but yeah, he was having a bit of a blue. It was great.
Yeah. I mean, I heard rumours that the United Patriots Front were going to come and
crash
the rally, so we're pretty happy that didn't happen.
They don't really have the numbers, I don't think.
No. Every pretty much counter rally that they've had, they've just been swamped by.
Yeah. It was the same with Reclaim Australia in Brisbane.
Okay, ladies. So, firstly, why are you here today?
I'm here today because I want to support our Indigenous community. I do feel shame as a white person in this country, and I just want to show my support for them and their struggle.
Yeah, same. Aboriginal people have been a presence in this land for 40,000-60,000 years, and in just 228 we've managed to basically plunder it, and I think we really need the wisdom of Aboriginal people to get Australia to take account of where we are now. So yeah, I'm here to support Aboriginal people and their rights, and yeah.
I guess for me a big thing is compassion. Compassion not just for the First Nations people, but also for the people that choose not to recognise that of the atrocities that have taken place in this country. Some people may be, in my judgment, ignorant or uneducated in some ways, and so I feel I have a responsibility to help spread awareness throughout the country and throughout the planet.
And what change would you like to see in the next, decade or so in terms of Aboriginal rights and sovereignty?
Oh wow, that's huge. What change would I like to see? Well, I guess firstly recognition on a national level of who they are as First Nations people in this country, and allowing a lot more of a say of what happens to Indigenous people, and not only just that, but happens on an overall to everybody within this country, to have equality. Yeah.